Today we're going to test out Sharpie creative markers that can be used on rocks and for other crafts. They are a water-based acrylic marker, and I'm just going to unbox them. I bought a small set. I was kind of drawn to this, what looked like a pastel set. It says there's no prepping or priming needed. You just uncap them and go. They work on all kinds of surfaces, including rocks, and that you should store them horizontally. This set is not the ultra fine tip, so they do make another set that has more of a fine tip, but on first opening, it's ready to roll. I'm going to test all of the colors on paper first. It is immediately ready with no priming or shaking, and now I'm going to try it directly onto a rock with no base coating or priming. I was originally drawn to this set because it looked like a 5-piece pastel set, but it actually on the package said earth tones, so kind of earthy pastel colors. And so I'm just going to make a rainbow on this stone, and on first impression it goes on easily. I would say in comparison to some other markers, especially those Tooli Art autoflow technology markers that I just tested recently, they're not as juicy. Juicy is a term that's used to describe those other paint pens because the paint is just very apparent and flowy at the edge of the tips. So I wouldn't say that these are as juicy, but they do have paint ready to roll. I didn't have any trouble with the no priming. They didn't feel dry or anything at all like that. I did notice pretty immediately that these are going to need a second coat once this first coat of paint pen dries, because there's not quite full coverage. You can see some lines, see the rock through. That's not unusual when you go directly onto the rock without a base coat. And these colors are also lighter, so that's also kind of two challenges I have against me in particular. But I think 2 coats of these and we should have some pretty solid coverage. I'm also thinking that these colors may pop really nicely on a black background. So let's take a look. That's 1 coat. You can see a little bit of the rock through there, but not too bad. So the next thing we're going to do is test this on a rock that has some Liquitex gesso down as a base coat. You could also use white matte paint for base coating, but I just wanted to try it and see if we get any more opacity, good coverage, brighter colors, and just kind of give you that side-by-side test. So as you can see, even with the first coat, there's a little bit of those lines where we don't have quite the full coverage, and probably will need a second coat on this as well. And I think I would attribute this to maybe just the fact that that paint isn't flowing as easily out of the tip of the pen. But again, the pen was ready to roll with no priming, so there's something to be said for that. Sometimes that's a process that people don't really love to do. I decided to pick these up. They've been out in stores for quite a while, but I decided to grab them because a lot of you made comments on the last video I did where I tested the Tooli Art automatic flow technology pens, and you were asking how they compared to the Sharpie pens because a lot of you had them, really like the Sharpie pens. Sharpies are available in stores where you maybe don't have to order it online, and they're pretty affordable. I'll go over the prices a little bit later of what they look like in my Walmart. But so that's why I grabbed them, because I really don't need more paint pens. But I saw them and I thought, let's test them out. I love pastel colors, and so that's why I grabbed them. So looking at the first coat on the Liquitex gesso, we still don't have quite solid coverage. We'll need another coat. Looking at them side by side, I almost think the direct on the rock went better than the gesso. And just to give you a little bit of comparison, these are my Tooli Art brush pens pastel set, just to show you how they go on. So they're kind of similar colors, similar rainbow color set here. And I just wanted to give you a comparison of how they go on. These are not automatic flow technology. It's just the normal brush pen paint pens. And I would say there's a little bit more flow of the paint on these and a little bit better coverage. So that's just for comparison's sake. But let's go ahead and give a second coat of Sharpie to both of our rocks and see how that ends up holding up. If we fill in those little lines, the little see-through areas that we have, and just see how a second coat does for us on both the bare rock and the one that had a base coat. And you can see as we add a second coat of the Sharpie pen on both versions, with the base coat and without, it definitely fixes those lines, the full coverage, and 2 coats does the trick. To give you an idea on price, this is the set I bought. I paid the full $9.97, but the other day when I stopped in, it was on clearance for $8.97. So these 5 pen sets with the different colors. There's a rainbow set. They also have a larger set that I did not invest in for $19.97 and an even larger set with more colors for $38.97. So I'm not quite sure why the 5 pen sets are on clearance now, if they didn't sell well or what's going on there, but I did pay the full $9.99 for my set. And here we can see both rocks after 2 coats of the Sharpie pen, and I think they look pretty good. There's a few lines in some of them, but it does not look bad at all. So let's try this out over a black background because I thought it would really pop. And what I discovered was it had a little bit harder of a time covering up the dark color in the background, which is not surprising for pastel paint pens. So again, I can tell already we're going to have to go over this with multiple coats to get a nice bit of pop of the color. Because there's definitely some blacks showing through there. But once you go through and do some extra coats, I think on these I actually did 3 coats because the black just makes it harder to cover up. It's not the marker's fault. So now I'm just going to have a little bit of fun, and I'm going to create a little cloud on this one, and we'll make it into a cute little rainbow for later. I don't know what I want to write on this yet, but I'm just going to get it ready and prepared. And so Liquitex gesso, and then I'll fill it in with white. And then this one I'm going to write some sort of message on, so I decided to put a white square kind of in the middle of all of these swirly colors. I thought it would be a neat thing to break up the swirly rainbow we created on this one. I ended up pulling out a metallic white paint for the cloud, and I decided to make metallic white lines in between the colors just for a little bit of contrast, and it's really pretty because it's very subtle but has that nice shimmer that connects it to the metallic look of the cloud. And I decided to do something similar with the other rock, but using a white Posca PC1MR paint pen. I just gave some lines and definition in between the stripes on this rock. One of the tricks I use to cover up if there's any brush lines or not quite solid coverage is I will use my Folk Art Extreme Glitter Paint, the hologram version, because it goes with anything. And if you add just a coat of glitter over a color that's not quite covered the way you want it to, it hides all of those little imperfections. It's just a handy little hack. Or it doesn't have to be a hack, it just has to be your pure desire to add sparkle to your rocks, which I have a whole lot of that too. So I got going with the glitter because I liked how it looked, and it just made it look sparkly, and I think it'll look really nice once we get resin on here. So my overall impression is that these Sharpie pens are an affordable option for people. You can get them in a store and see them in your hands. They're not my absolute favorite. I still prefer the Tooli art, but I think these are an option that will work, and they'll also work for lots of other craft projects you might have. Thanks so much for stopping by to watch, and I'll see you next time. Take care.